It's been so long since we had a new WWE champion. Cody Rhodes, his reign of terror is done. And after all of Drew McIntyre's feuds in the past couple of years where he just kept losing and kept whining and crying, he's finally champion. He's finally champion. And I'm honestly pretty excited for SmackDown at this point. Like, SmackDown has been consistently, well, I can't say consistently, for the past 2 weeks have been better than Monday Night Raw. So we'll see what happens in the future. Drew McIntyre is the QB1 now, right? Cody Rhodes, he did win. He didn't win clean, right? Drew McIntyre did not win this match clean, so there's probably going to be a rematch with Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre. Hopefully, Cody just loses again, and maybe he's back in, back of the line, maybe mid-card. We'll see what happens with Cody. But I have a weird feeling that Cody may be the champion again this year, and that would freaking suck, okay? Either him or Sami Zayn, please put them in the mid-card. Please put them in the mid-card. But Drew McIntyre winning this match is the right result. That's what should have happened, and I'm happy that Triple H at least pulled the trigger on this one, okay? Honestly, I think most people believed Cody was going to win this match, which obviously would have sucked, and this show would have been a mid-show. So, thankfully, Drew McIntyre is the new champion. Jacob Fatu, I wonder what they're going to build off of Jacob Fatu being the one to interfere. I honestly forgot why Jacob Fatu wasn't on the show for the past 3 months. The announcer said, oh, he got jumped by someone, and we don't know who it was. So, was it Drew McIntyre? Maybe. Was it Cody Rhodes? Maybe. But he assumed it was either of those two. So maybe that's the story that they're going to tell in the future. But yeah, man, I'm just excited for SmackDown at this point, and just WWE in general. They needed a change for their main champion. Cody Rhodes was just not doing a good job. He's too corny. He seems like a regular guy. There's no some people may say he's a great talker. He has good charisma. I disagree. I think he's a nice guy who's playing a nice guy. You know what I mean? I don't see a character from him. I don't see a gimmick. I don't see anything. If he was playing a politician and maybe he was a little, I don't know, they experimented with him being a heel. Because he wasn't heel once throughout his title reign. He was just becoming a heel. So maybe we're going to see heel Cody Rhodes in the future. I just don't want to see him as the main champion. He can be a heel trying to get to the championship, but I don't think he deserves to be champion for the third time in a year and a half. There's no way. But let's dive into this show. Let's break it down. We're going to start from the top. We get Randy Orton coming out, and basically he says a bunch of nonsense. Basically, it's like he wanted to be interrupted because he just came out and was like, what a nice day to be alive. That's basically what he said. And then Trick Williams interrupts him. To be honest, I didn't really like this segment. I thought it was pretty stale. I mean, Trick Williams does his usual thing, right? I'm the guy, I'm the star. And they have a little back and forth. Trick Williams, when he was talking, he turned his back on Randy Orton, and Randy Orton was like, if you turn it back again, I'm gonna knock you out. And at that point, I was like, is Trick Williams going to turn around again? I thought that would be best for Trick Williams' character, but no, he basically knocks the mic out of Randy Orton's hand, and then Randy Orton proceeds to beat him up. Basically, they just beat him up. Trick Williams, I don't even think he got a punch on Randy Orton, so I don't think they're making Trick Williams really look that strong if he can't even touch Randy Orton there. The Miz randomly comes out for some reason. Can someone explain why The Miz came out to try to do his finisher on Randy Orton? It was just so random, out of nowhere too, but of course it didn't work out. Randy Orton knocks him out or hits him with the RKO, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, that's how we end. Well, as that happens, right, Randy Orton's walking out. Rey Fenix comes out because, he's getting ready for his match against Trick Williams, and Randy Orton's like, beat him up for me, or something like that. Even though Randy Orton just beat up Trick Williams, but, he wants Trick Williams to get beat up even more, I guess. But yeah, that's how we end that segment, and we get into the Rey Fenix and Trick Williams match. The match was okay. It wasn't great. Trick Williams isn't the best in the ring, but he has some cool moves, right? I don't want to, completely hate on the guy. I think he's athletic, and he has potential to be solid in the ring. I mean, he's still pretty new to wrestling in general, so we gotta give him grace. This was his debut match, but yeah, it wasn't nothing special. I honestly thought if they wanted to, build Trick Williams into a believable character, or a believable, superstar, you have him beat Phoenix in 5 minutes or even less. You know what I mean? Have him do a set of moves and then his finisher, and then boom, and the match there. But I guess they wanted to protect Rey Fenix. But Rey Fenix really hasn't done much throughout his time in WWE. Penta has been more of the main guy in that out of those two, but I believe if you want to make Trick Williams a superstar, you just have him beat a Rey Fenix pretty fast. He shouldn't struggle against a Rey Fenix, you know what I mean? But he did. He struggled against a Rey Fenix and got his ass beat by Randy Orton. So yeah. We then had a promo with Gilia, and she's basically, honestly, she didn't really say anything important. Basically just, I'm calling out Alexa Bliss. And yeah, she had a match with Alexa Bliss for the US title. Gilia successfully defends her title. The finish involved interference by Nia Jax and Lash Legend, who helped the match in Gilia's favor. So yeah, I mean, I don't know, it's just nonsense, man, at that point. We then have the MFTs versus the Wyatt Six 8-man tag match. Didn't we have an 8-man tag match with these 8 like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago? Maybe I'm misremembering it, but I'm pretty sure they already did this 8-man tag match, but they did it again. They had the MFTs win this match, and honestly, it doesn't feel like this story is ending anytime soon, which I need it to end. I'm not enjoying this story. I mean, there might be some people who like the MTFs and the Wyatt Six. It's really not engaging for me, so I honestly skip it most of the time. But yeah, it wasn't great in my opinion. The match was okay. Now we then get Jordynne Grace versus Alba Fire. This was Jordynne Grace's debut on SmackDown. Wasn't great, but I'm happy to see Jordynne Grace because I think Jordynne Grace is a believable champion, right? If she's a champion, I can believe, okay, she can beat up almost every woman in this division. So I like Jordynne Grace. I think she has a pretty good future on SmackDown, so we'll see what happens with her. And as she's walking out, she gets interrupted by Jade Cargill. And guys, did Jade Cargill ever defend her title ever since she won it? I don't think so. It's been, 2 months without a title defense? What are we doing? What are we doing? The women's division is in shambles, man. Like, it's just boring. There's no storylines going on with, like, the main champions. And Jade Cargill just says the same generic stuff every time she's trying to be in. Like, it's just, is she still beefing with BFAB at this point? Like, what is her current story? I guess it's her and Jordynne Grace now. But, like, please, at least have a title defense. It's been so long, or it's felt so long. Please, we need a title defense. We need some sort of story with Jade Cargill. Because if you're just going to have her walk out and say these, like, 5 lines that sound very robotic, that's not going to get her over. She was over when she first became the champion. She had a nice little promo where she just like, I am that bitch, right? That was cool. That was interesting, okay? We thought maybe something could grow from that, but nothing grew from that. She feuded with BFAB for like a month and didn't even have a match with her. It was just in the backstage they talked. Like, I don't know, man. We then get into Carmelo Hayes. He's in the backstage with The Miz, and they were supposed to have a match for the US Championship, but of course The Miz, he has some sort of neck injury from the RKO, so of course The Miz can't fight. So probably next week we'll see The Miz and Carmelo Hayes, but knowing The Miz, he's probably going to have another random injury because someone else probably beat him up. So, we'll see what happens from that. But we then get into his US Open challenge. The person who is the challenger is Shinsuke Nakamura. Now it's nice to see Shinsuke again. Feels like I haven't seen him in a while. Shinsuke is always a good wrestler in the ring. It was a pretty good match. I mean, most of Shinsuke Nakamura's and Carmelo Hayes, like, both of them have really good matches almost every time. So it was a good match. A lot of people were enjoying the US Open Challenge. I think, for me, at this point, I'm getting a little tired of the US Open Challenge. I think, like, I don't know, I missed Carmelo Hayes as a heel because this would have been a good time for him to be like, oh, no, I'm not doing that anymore, and kind of being a cocky guy, but the fans cheered for him and he organically became a babyface, so I can't be mad at that. But Carmelo Hayes does get this win. He retains his championship, and yeah, it was a solid match, right? It then leads into the main event, which was easily the best part of the show. Drew McIntyre, I already talked about this in the beginning of the video. He needed to win. This needed to happen to save the company, right? Cody was just failing as the champion, as the QB1, as he likes to call himself. He was just failing. Right? No good stories, no character work, nothing, man. So I'm happy that Drew McIntyre, there's no way Drew McIntyre is going to be a worse champion than Cody Rhodes. Let's just state that now. There's no way he's going to be a worse champion. He's more intriguing, he's more engaging, he tells better stories, he's better on the mic, he's stronger, he's taller, he's bigger. So yeah, basically everything that really matters in wrestling, he's just better at than Cody Rhodes. So yeah. And honestly, they're probably going to revisit the feud of Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre, since they did have a little promo with each other in the backstage, which they wouldn't just do that for no reason. So, and Damian Priest did state out the fact that I beat you. So I think they're going to let Drew McIntyre get his revenge on Damian Priest. And to be honest, that would just be a filler feud, you know what I mean? It wouldn't really be serious because we know Drew McIntyre is going to win that match. But, they need something to fill in the time, so I wouldn't hate it. But that's going to be it for this video. I'm happy Drew McIntyre's champion. We finally have some change. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.